I move that we adjourn to executive session to discuss information relating to proposed pending or current litigation, collective bargaining negotiations, the employment history of particular persons, personnel matters, and/or employee records, and matters deemed confidential by state or federal law, including seeking advice from counsel.
Second.
It's properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We now executive session will be held promptly at 8 p.m. Thank you. It's now 8:08 p.m. We are back. Hello. We're back in public session. First item up on the agenda is recognition, community partnerships, PTA, and athletics. So we're going to deviate from this, and we're going to instead talk about something else. I actually do not have. That's fine. The Netty Jackson Extra Mile Award nomination. This award recognizes members of the Greenburgh Central School District community who consistently go the extra mile to serve the students of the district. Award recipients will be recognized during the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Education. I'm going to ask particular people to come up tonight to read something. And we have a mic here, so we're going to use that mic, and I'm going to ask you to come up on the stage so that you can be seen by the camera, and I'm going to hand you something to read. The first person on our list is Miss Lisa Raymond. So, Ms. Raymond, please stand up. And I have for you something to read. It's a little edited, so please do your best to read it through editing. Thank you.
This person has made a profound impact on Greenburgh Central School District through his dedication as the boys' basketball coach over the last several years. His unwavering commitment of time, expertise, compassion, and personal financial resources has cultivated a welcoming and supportive environment for students, staff, and the broader school community. Passionate about education and lifelong learning, he serves as an advocate for students, improving them to recognize and develop their strengths and abilities. Through his leadership and mentorship, he has inspired students to reach their full potential and has significantly contributed to the community's growth and enrichment.
Thank you, Ms. Raymond. Do you want to identify and acknowledge the person that you wrote that about?
Sure. I am proud and to have said to say that I nominated Mr. John Rappaport for the Netty Jackson Award.
I should also explain that while Mr. Rappaport comes up on stage, I should also explain that that this award received numerous nominations, which I'm ripping up right now, and it was a committee of our superintendent, myself, and 3 other volunteers who read all of the nominations and deliberated and decided on the recipients. Mr. Rappaport, if you'd like to address the crowd for about a minute, I will give you a minute. Not at all. I want you are a recipient of the Extra Mile Award, so you should say thank you, and then whatever else.
You asked me to talk.
I had to lie to get you here, okay? So, sorry about that. I know you have a whole thing, throw it away. This was about you. We feel that you went the extra mile for our district, and we honor you.
Listen, this is a great place. I did have a little talk on coaching and some props, but maybe for another time. This is wonderful. My son Alex is here to see this. Thank you, Alex, for all your support. He's wearing his Falcon shirt. So, listen, we have a great program here. Thanks to the support of the board, and we'll miss Lisa, of course. Dr. Iverson, we wish you good luck. And I have King in the audience. Thank you for your support and security, and we need that. And principal of one of our schools here, an elementary school, Dr. Ronci, thank you, Ms. Ronci. So, you know, we try to involve everybody here, not just the basketball kids, but everybody, Mr. Smith, Mr. McCoy, and of course, Connie, as the manager, Tracy, thank you so much. And, you know, we do this as educators. We teach the basketball as a class. That's our purpose, to provide education in basketball, and their attitudes and their effort has shown on the court. We've won 2 section titles, 2 gold balls. Let's hear it for that. We got to the state finals this year. Really representing Greenburgh. So this award is just wonderful, and I'm surprised, and we're looking forward to possibly fixing up the building next door, and certainly we built the press box at the football field. My dad, Lou, who allows me to coach, we donated that and the new trophy case, and we have 6 trophies in that case. So we built that with our carpenter. So thank you again, and I'm going to cherish this award. Thanks.
Thank you. What folks don't know is Mr. Rappaport, thank you, does not work here.
I do work here.
He works here as a basketball coach, but he's not a teacher here. He's not employed by the district in any other fashion, and he does not have to dedicate his time to the children the way that he does. Everything that Ms. Raymond said about him is true. I do have a copy of what Ms. Raymond said about you that you can take with you as well before you go, okay? Thank you. Is Mr. Leo here? Hi, Mr. Leo, please come up. So we received a nomination from Mr. Leo as well, and this one, you know, touched us. The Netty Jackson Extra Mile Award judges, can you please stand? We have Saffron, we have Damaris, and we have, is Mr. Steve Morgan here as well? He's also on the committee, and of course our superintendent, Dr. Iverson. She's not here right now. This nomination really touched many of us at our core, because it dealt with someone that deals directly with the students. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Lynn.
So this individual is very special to us here at Woodlands. This individual is, his genuine care for the students at Woodlands Middle High School has made a significant impact on our community. He has constantly gone above and beyond his usual duties, making a positive, lasting impact on the student's safety, well-being, and overall school experience. His actions demonstrate a level of care, professionalism, and attentiveness. This is truly commendable, and he deserves to be acknowledged. He offers comforting patience when the students are around. He gives an empathetic ear of words and encouragement. He always goes the extra mile to encourage students, creating a safe, supportive environment. Especially with our high school students, he's amazing. He goes above and beyond, goes into the classroom and makes sure they're safe and understanding. He has made an effort to get to know the students personally, ensuring that each student is valued and supported. His presence isn't just enforcing safety, it's also about creating a welcoming, inclusive environment. Students often feel more at ease knowing he is there, not just as a figure of authority, but also someone who genuinely cares about their safety and well-being. I believe he deserves his recognition for going above and beyond his role. His actions reflect an unwavering commitment to the student's physical and emotional being, and he contributes to all overall positive atmosphere within the school community. I wholeheartedly recommend him for the Netty Jackson Extra Mile Award.
Thank you, Mr. Leo. Can you share with us who you're talking about?
Sure. Mr. King.
That's Mr. Thomas. And listen, I had to lie both ways. You know, we had to pick Ms. Lugo out of the room for a little bit so we could deliberate. And then I had to lie and say we're getting an honorable mention. when in fact you are a recipient of the Netty Jackson Action Honor. And so everyone should know, Mr. King is actually getting married in a few short days and was off work today, but we were able to at least get him here to receive the award. And I want to give Zach, if he could come up to the mic for a little bit. Yeah. And just talk a little bit. So Zach is very shy, so unfortunately, you don't get to be on committees with me and be shy, because I'm going to call you up. And shared some views on some of the nominations, but specifically really felt strongly about Mr. King.
Oh, yeah, no. When we were talking, I was definitely vouching for Mr. King a lot. I know this is pretty personal, but like the way that he's definitely impacted Victoria, and the way that, like, she talks about him every day. Every single day she comes home and talks about like a nice thing that he did for her. Like today she talked about how he helped her when the bus was late and with her bag and whatever. And I think that one of the things I say about the Greenburgh Central School District a lot when I'm talking to people is that I feel like everyone has at least one adult and one person in this district that they can talk to. Every student has at least one adult they feel like they can trust. And I think that Mr. King is that kind of person for a lot of people, and I can say that about all the other nominees, all of the 2 other nominees that we had. And I think it's important to recognize them, and Mr. King is awesome.
Thank you. Zach is a 2024 graduate of the school. Okay, next. I'm going to call Miss Nicole here. Please come up. I want to hand you something to read. It's a lot of edits, so you can go slowly. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing in regards to the Netty Jackson Award. I would like to nominate this person to receive this award. She is a phenomenal human being who selfishly gives herself on many levels. She is very dedicated to the PTA, the schools, and the community, is an avid advocate and puts passion in everything she does, and always has a smile on her face. She doesn't do anything for show. She does it because her heart is in the right place. We would like, it was a joint decision to nominate Miss Samantha Ives.
It was not your turn to say your name, but I have more reading to do. So Ms. Ives, can you please sit down for a second? Now I'm going to call up Ms. Gabriella Barahona and Ms. Martina O'Malley, but don't sit down because you need to stand up the whole time. Thank you. Sorry. Surprise. Hey, Eric, I have your edited version. We'll pretend we don't know. What are you talking about? Yes. It's edited, so try to read through that. It's a she instead of a you.
Dear committee members, it is with great enthusiasm that we nominate this person for the Netty Jackson Award. As the current PTA Council President, she is an exceptional leader and an active, influential member of our school community. Her unwavering commitment to advocacy for all students is both inspiring and impactful. Under her leadership, the PTA Council has demonstrated a strong and sustained commitment to engaging the community, students, and families. She has led impactful outreach efforts designed to connect families, voters, and community members through initiatives such as leading engagement at summer and fall community events to share vital information on school lunches in the Edgemont Corporation. Collaborating with county and town officials, including the support of County Executive George Latimer, to disseminate bilingual bond voter information to all Greenburgh voters. Establishing partnerships with organizations such as the Centro Hispano, the Westchester Black Women's Caucus, the Hartsdale Fall Festival, and the Fairview Greenburgh Farmers Market. Organizing a fall student vote initiative to elevate student voices and encourage family participation in the October bond vote. Also supporting membership recruitment and family involvement at back-to-school events across the district. Her advocacy extends deeply into district affairs. She has led regular monthly meetings with the superintendent for curriculum, the superintendent of business, to bring forward student, family, and community concerns. As a result of her efforts, the PTA Council has promoted district-wide engagement events to foster broader community involvement, opened ongoing channels of advocacy with State Assembly member Mary Jane Shimsky, and secured a commitment to review New York State guidance on recess and meals. Beyond her visible accomplishments, she plays a critical role in mentoring and supporting PTA leaders through the PTA Council. She has provided valuable guidance on tools such as member help, lobbying strategies, and conflict resolution. Additionally, she represents Greenburgh at key events, including the New York State PTA Conference, fall training, monthly WEPR meetings, leadership luncheons, breakfast, and the national virtual PTA conferences. She also serves on several district committees, including the Wellness Committee, CEC Committee, and Education Committee, further demonstrating her steadfast dedication to Greenburgh. What truly sets her apart is her character. She is approachable, well-organized, and deeply passionate about fostering strong relationships between parents, teachers, and school staff. Her collaborative spirit ensures that everyone feels valued and heard. She has led her parent community forward with integrity and heart. It is with great pride and full confidence that we endorse her for the Netty Jackson Award. She embodies the spirit of this honor through her tireless advocacy, inclusive leadership, and unwavering dedication to students and families.
And on behalf of GCSD PTA, we are incredibly lucky to have you as a bridge building community member, devoted PTA leader, multi-hat wearing district advisor, and most of all, a very dear friend. Congrats.
Does everyone want to say together who you're talking about?
Samantha Ives, thank you so much.
Please come up. I have a lot of this one too. You have like handouts and flyers for us, right? It was all for you. Sorry. I mean, you can give us the handouts. That's fine.
I think they say everything that they said.
You are now a recipient of the Netty Jackson Extra Mile. They were all in on it. Take a photo. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie, can you take another picture with the award? Yeah. Oh, of course. Thank you. Do you want to say anything?
You're also sneaky. You're so sneaky. Thank you. The handouts that I brought for you say everything that they read because it's all the work that the PTA has done and does and continues to do, and there's nothing else I can add except I didn't do it. I mean, I lead from behind because I am inspired by what they do, and I will miss this task. So I'll find some other to keep busy. Thank you.
Thank you. yes, we have clean copies, unedited, for all of the award recipients so that they can see what the people wrote about them. Next on our agenda is, do you have for Mr. Rappaport? You gave it already? Oh, okay. Wonderful. Okay, great. Next, we have recognition of the 24-25 retirees. Listen, this is a big deal because they're in this for quite a long time. Some of them have started when they were like 5. And they've been in the district for a while, and they get to retire from our district to forever be missed. And Dr. Iverson, I don't know if you have oh, you have it with Dr. Joe. Let's give it to Dr. Iverson to hand out to the retirees. Yeah, I am going to, exactly today. I am going to call it up, and then retirees, please come up on stage. Please come up on stage, cross the stage, and shake Dr. Iverson's hand. And Jackie, if you can get a photo, that would be great. Yes, right on the thank you so much. Yeah, we are going to, afterward, we'll get a large group photo. Are the risers still up there? No? That was great. Okay, great. First on our list is Ms. Catherine Adore. Okay. Next on our list is Ms. Patricia Stino. And Ms. Adore is retiring as director in the district. Ms. Stero is retiring as a special education teacher at Richard J. Bailey School. Getting the photo. Next on our list is Mr. James Thorpe. He's going to make his way down the aisle. And Mr. Thorpe is retiring as an elementary teacher at Richard J. Bailey School. And Dr. Ivey, as Mr. Thorpe comes down, you can take the picture down there with him. Yeah, the group picture should be down on the floor. I'm gonna follow Mr. Thorpe with that. Next, we have Miss Elizabeth Underkoffler. And she is retiring as an elementary teacher at Richard J. Bailey School. Dr. Joe, down on the ground. Yes, Mr. Thorpe is not. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Thorpe. Going to get a group. Yeah, we'll bring that down. Wonderful. Last but definitely not least, here tonight we have Mr. David Van Diver, who is also a graduate of the district. Came back, worked, and retires from the district. And we're going to get their photo up. He's retiring as a physical education teacher at RJ Bailey. Going to get a photo. Ms. Underkoffler, and then of Mr. Van Diver, one group photo down below. And I'm just going to read the other names while they stand for their photo. Yes. Is someone else here, Patricia? No? Okay. Everything's okay? Okay. And the other names are Miss Michelle Gigliotti, who's retiring as an elementary teacher at Richard J. Bailey. Miss Lydia Alston, who's retiring as a teacher assistant at Lee F. Jackson. Mr. Todd Mensch, who's retiring as a mathematics teacher at Woodlands Middle High School. And Mr. Steve Lewis, who retired as our educational TV supervisor in the district. The next item on our agenda is the introduction of new hires. See, we're looking at the retirees, and now we have new hires. Would you like to make a statement, Mr. Bell?
Yes, excuse me, Madam Chair, I apologize. Just so have known that the Greenburgh president is here, and we have members who are retiring, and he doesn't give an opportunity to address the floor and give those who are retiring.
You have your opportunity, Mr. Bell. Is there a mic down there for him? Well, you do need a mic because the people at home can't hear you. Any teachers at home that are listening won't be able to hear you either.
Good evening, community, Board of Ed, everyone. Once again, I'm James Bell, the president of the Greenburgh Teachers Federation. We have members who've dedicated themselves to our district, and on behalf of the Greenburgh Teachers Federation, I would like to acknowledge them that are present. We have a gift. It's a small token of our appreciation for the work that we've done within this community, the various buildings, and impact the kids' day-to-day life. Ms. Undercoffin. Mr. James Thornton. Ms. Austin is not here. Patricia. Sheldon. Those are the members that are present. And if I can, Dr. Iverson, I would like for you to please get in this photo. Despite the circumstances, we do appreciate all you've done for this district in moving us forward. Would you please come join us? Ms. Adore, you're not a GTF, but I don't want you to leave because at some point you were a part of the GTF. You left to be a part of the admins, and that's a great thing. Dave, did I give you yours? No. Oh. That's all right. Well, he's a Sigma, so I intentionally didn't do that. Okay. Exactly. Thank you guys, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for all of your service to the school district and to the children of the school district. Next on our agenda is introduction of new hires, but trustees, if you'll let me deviate from the agenda for just a minute. I think there is a motion.
I move that we approve item E2 on the agenda this evening.
Second.
Trustee Ballard, please read the motion.
Item E2 is an appointment of Joanna Khan. As recommended by the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education approves the probationary appointment of Joanna Khan as Assistant Principal to be assigned to the R.J. Bailey Elementary School for the 25-26 school year.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you for allowing the deviation. Now we'll move on with item B3, introduction of new hires. We have Mr. Michael Swift, district-wide physical education teachers, adaptive PE. Please come up and introduce yourself to the community. Nope, come all the way up. Yeah, you get to shake hands, we get to meet you, see who we are. So you're adaptive PE. Please introduce yourself and let us know what you'll be doing here in the district.
So am I talking to the audience or am I talking to the board? Or a little bit of everyone?
You're talking to the community, but we're listening.
Hello, everyone. It was a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Michael Swift. I'm very, very, very excited for this position, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm from New Rochelle, so I'm not too far away. The past 2 years, I have worked in Portchester, and I'm very grateful, I'll say it again, to come over here and be the district-wide adaptive teacher. It's awesome that I get to go to the different schools throughout my year and throughout the day. I'm actually so excited that I'm already twice coming to observe the current adaptive teacher so that I can meet all the students, start to build those relationships. And actually, I get to come back on Monday and do it for a third time before the summer starts. I graduated from Manhattanville, where I got my master's in PE and sports pedagogy, and I was a college athlete there. So I love sports, I love coaching, I love kids, and I'm very excited to hop into this district.
Wonderful. I love it, Mr. Swift. That's great. Tell us what adaptive PE means, because everybody might not know what that means.
So adaptive PE is working with special education students, working on their motor skills, getting them to move better, getting them to learn how to work out maybe, getting them to learn how to run, all those fun different skills to help their movement and help their overall enjoyment of life.
Wonderful, thank you. We have a pioneer team here, so.
I've heard great things. I heard they have a very good record too, a lot of wins.
Good, wonderful. Thank you so much. And last but not least, we have a new assistant principal we just hired tonight. Her name is Ms. Joanna Khan. Please come up and meet the community. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, I am Joanna Khan. Prior to me joining the Greenburgh Central School District family, I used to work in New York City, DOE, in the Bronx for 7 years. Prior to that, I was in Brooklyn for 14 years. So I have a little bit of a track record in education. I'm so grateful, and I want to take this opportunity to really thank Dr. Iverson, Dr. Njoko, and Mrs. Rossi for believing in me, and just looking at what I've been doing and really thinking about how I could be used in a different way. I'm going to be honest, I was hiding in my classroom as a science teacher, and I did not want to come out, but when Mrs. Rossi found out I have an administration degree, she said, okay, I need some help, and I never can say no. So I was grateful and just happy to join the administrative team at R.J. Bailey. So once again, I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carr. Okay, and we have a 10-minute recess scheduled, so we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we will be back. Trustees, I'm going to cut it to 8 minutes at 8:50. Thank you. Erin Jacobson, it's time to come back. I can see her in my view. I'm calling you because it's time to come back. If you see any other trustees, please send them our way. I know, she's just talking. 1, 2, 3. And we've decided any trustee who is not here on time will stay late. We need trustee Adanya Mans.
I told her.
Trustee, is she talking? Mr. Johnson, are you ready to move forward?
Yes.
Okay, great. Next item on our agenda is public comment. We have Mr. John Rappaport signed up. Mr. Rapp, yes? Two or so. Okay. You pass me the list, please. Thank you. As we have an audience at our board meeting this evening, I think it would be helpful to outline a regular protocol and some basic rules with regard to comments from the public. While the law does not require that the board permit public comments at board meetings, this board has traditionally allowed and encouraged input from the public. However, we wish to remind all present that per board policy number 1510, we require that all speakers adhere to the following protocols so as to allow everyone a fair opportunity to be heard and to allow for the efficient operation of the meeting. Initially, persons wishing to address the board must advise the president of the Board of Education in writing prior to the scheduled starting time of the meeting. That's through this sheet here. The request is to be made in writing on a form provided by the district clerk. Any group or organization wishing to address the Board of Education must identify a single spokesperson. Speakers will be permitted to speak for no longer than 4 minutes. Work session speakers may comment on matters related to any agenda item. The Board of Education will not permit public comment involving specific district personnel or students. Any such information should be directed to the superintendent and will be addressed through appropriate channels. All speakers are to conduct themselves in a civil manner. Language, scandalous statements, threats of violence, statements advocating racial, religious, or other forms of prejudice will not be tolerated. We will take all information under advisement for the board's consideration. In most cases, there will be no response from the board during a meeting as to keep the meeting moving. Finally, when called upon, please state your name for the record before beginning your public comment. We appreciate everyone's cooperation. First, we have Ms. Lori D'Amico, and you're going to talk about Thank You, Lisa Raymond. You're at this meeting, right?
Good evening. I'm Lori D'Amico. I work in the business office with Ms. Raymond. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to take a moment to express my heartfelt thanks to Lisa as she prepares to move on to a new opportunity in the Dobbs Ferry School District. For the past 4.5 years, it has been an honor to work alongside you. Your leadership has been marked not only by vision and dedication, but also by a rare and wonderful ability to bring laughter into even the busiest days. Whether it was a perfectly timed joke during a staff meeting or a lighthearted comment that lifted our spirits, you reminded us that joy and hard work can and should go hand in hand. You've left a lasting mark on this district, not just through your accomplishments, but through the way you've made people feel, valued, supported, and often smiling. While we're sad to see you go, we're excited that Dobbs Ferry will benefit from your leadership and your humor. Thank you for everything, Lisa. You will be missed more than you know, and we wish you all the best in this next chapter.
Okay, next on our agenda is Ms. Catherine Adore. Mr. Johnson, do you have? Okay, I guess not. Okay, Ms. Adore, whenever you're ready.
Hi. Yes. She turned it on. Good evening. My name is Dr. Catherine Adore. And the invitation for retirees did say they would be given a moment to speak, which did not happen, so I am here to speak. Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to speak. After more than 3 decades in education and nearly a decade here in Greenburgh, I leave with immense gratitude for the students, the teachers, the families, and the extraordinary programs we've built together. It has been an honor to serve in a district that is as diverse, resilient, and full of potential as this one. What began as a decision to become a teacher became the foundation of a career that has brought me immense joy. I cherish the feeling of unlocking something for a student, watching them find their voice, or step into a challenge they didn't think they could handle. That spark is carried through every role I've held, from classroom teacher to instructional coach to district leader. It has always been about helping others grow, whether they are students, educators, or communities. That joy never fades, it only deepens. Retirement invites reflection. What I found myself reflecting on most isn't a list of accomplishments or titles, but the people, the values, and yes, the lessons. Some lessons came in moments of great collaboration, when we centered on students, honored teacher voice, and made bold choices rooted in shared vision. Others came in more challenging seasons, where most important leadership takeaway was simply this: what not to repeat. Leadership at its best lifts others. It listens, it learns, it leads with clarity and integrity. It doesn't silence or sideline, but instead creates space for brilliance already within a school system to shine. When we talk about what's best for students, we have to also talk about how decisions are made and by whom. There is a difference between setting direction and guiding instruction, and honoring that difference matters. Trustees are entrusted with governance, with ensuring fiscal health, policy oversight, and community representation. Educational leaders, principals, directors, superintendents are trained and experienced in the complexities of teaching, learning, and school systems. The best outcomes for students happen when these roles work in respectful partnership, not in competition. In my time here, I've seen what's possible when educational leaders are allowed to lead, when their vision, expertise, and insight are given the room to grow programs and support students. I've also seen the cost on morale, momentum, and mission when that trust is withheld. So as I close this chapter, my ask is simple: honor the roles, trust the expertise, give your educational leaders the space to do the work they were trained to do. Empower those who know our students best. Remember that lasting progress isn't made through policy alone, it's made through people. To those still in the work, I see you. Keep doing what's right, even when it's not easy. You've inspired me every day. You are the heart of this district, and your impact reaches far beyond what any meeting or memo can capture. And to our students, you remain my why. While I am stepping away from this role, I'm not stepping away from education. I'll continue to support schools, educators, and families from a different vantage point. The work of improving education, championing equity, and lifting up those who do the work every day is still deeply important to me. My commitment to this profession remains strong. It's just evolving into a new chapter. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this journey. Be sure to keep in touch.
And next we have John Rappaport, who's going to talk about coaching in district.
Thank you. So I got an email to prepare, talk about coaching. So this is not going to be 4 minutes, I'm telling you now, because I went and spoke to other athletic directors and other people to prepare very seriously about this, because it is an important topic. So please indulge me, and I think they'll all learn something. Oh, big crowd here. But it's on TV, right? Okay. I guess I got to face over them. So I want to just say what I wrote. And I want to thank my son Alex for coming out. Very nice of him. So I want to thank you, Board President, Mayors, Board Trustees, and Superintendent Iverson. Dr. Iverson, good luck. I'm going to miss you. All right? I'm going to miss you and your great support. We'll stay in touch. So thanks for the opportunity to speak on the role of a coach and our impact on children in the district. That's what I was asked to do tonight. Okay? While I am just let's call it a seasonal employee, Tracy, seasonal employee of the district, I know as coaches we impact the school and district often beyond just one season. I look at this role of being a coach as part of the faculty, and I am fortunate to teach the basketball class at Woodlands High School. I often tell the team as coaches, including my assistants, John Gerstell and Mike McCoy, we are really teaching a class on basketball. However, it is an after-school activity that is voluntary, and in the sense that you don't have to be there. You don't have to be at the class. You choose to be in the class, which is a difference since this choice comes with responsibility to be coachable, both at practice and games, to be respectful teammates, and act accordingly while representing the Falcons in Section 1. We are representing the community, both at home and when we travel to play opponents throughout the area. Teams very much, especially now with 2 gold balls in our trophy case, want to beat us. Hasn't been easy for them recently, as you are aware. So we have set great expectations for them and expect that to continue. In this vein, we want the players to learn resiliency, the ability to bounce back from mistakes, to succeed both together and individually. That's life lesson number 1. Development of character and supporting each other. This should extend beyond the court to the classroom and school responsibilities. We emphasize leadership, being a positive influence so as to create momentum for us to evolve into a cohesive unit on the court. The first thing I tell them, and you can ask any player we've coached over the last 3 years, what is the first priority? It is safety. What does that mean? Don't kick a ball. Don't act in a dangerous manner so as to hurt a teammate intentionally. Safety at first is paramount. Many of you know my other, let's say, non-seasonal job is in the construction industry with my dad, Lou, who supports me, my son, and lets me do this, essentially. We've built many projects around the country. We built the Barclays Arena. He was generous enough to gift the press box at the football field with others and the trophy case to the district. So as coaches, we have to find ways to give back in big and small ways so we can show we are not just here for sports. We're here to change the narrative as best we can to put Woodlands and the district in a much better place. But you have to win. Let's be honest. If we weren't 45-8 the last 2 seasons, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And that's okay because we're here not only to win, but to do it the right way. But let's be honest too, we have very good players. They're the ones that did this. They make the baskets, they play the defense, they run the court. I just manage that, and I want to mention Eric Woodbury, some of you obviously know him, who really started all this, and now his brother Aaron, Jameson Stevens, who's a terrific person and going to play Division I football, and our supporting cast, with their efforts, will hang 4 more banners in the gym. Okay, isn't that a great thing? Yep, so come for that when we do that. But key is having fun. It's not just winning. Having fun is essential because it's still a game, and they must play freely within the rules that we set for them. They all grew up playing in the center. Many of you know the center, right? As we call it. In the theater, young center. But really, when they're I tell them they act like you're playing the center, but actually, when we're playing the county center, we're 5-0 in the county center in the last 2 years. Why? Because they think they're playing in the center, but they have rules as how to play. You have to play freely as if you're in the center. And that's essentially what you've been seeing on the court. We are teaching commitment, especially in areas like defense, which often gets overlooked, but requires great sacrifice and skill, exemplified by senior Nerva Cherubin, whose intensity is infectious and propelled us all the way. We want all the Falcons to play with the same intensity. So as coaches, we want players to understand their roles on the team. So not only the scorers, they can help us succeed. Here is a key example I want to mention. I meet individually with each player before the season, before we start playing, to tell them about their roles, about what we expect, and how they may get more playing time. And we wanted them to know this because it's up to them to come to the coach and ask how to get more playing time, not their parents. So this is important because the parents want to influence the coach. We tell the parents at the parents' meeting, it's for your son to come to us and get playing time and understand strategy, not you. And this is key, and a few parents have tried to come around that, but overall it's been very good. Why? Because the students learn self-advocacy. They learn how to advocate for themselves, and that's the key moment. And the students do come to me, student athletes say, how am I going to get more playing time? What is the plays we're running? And that creates the bond and the responsibility on their part to come. And in life, and you know, being on the board, it's not so easy. You have to come out, do these responsibilities, self-advocate. You're all voted in, right? So you're advocating for yourselves, and that's what we're teaching this team. That's why you're seeing success, because they understand that, and that's what we're doing here to coach them. We want to bring a great work ethic that you see that we're working. We want to eliminate distractions, the referees, the fans. We keep it on the court. Don't look around. Okay? I don't get technical fouls. I haven't got one technical in 25 years. And I've been a varsity coach. Why? First of all, it's not a good example to set. Secondly, I don't want to give the other team any points. Okay? So there's two reasons. And key is the kids see that, and we set the example. There's no cursing, foul language in practice. None of that. All these other words that maybe you hear. We do not allow that. We stop it right away. Okay? So that's another thing that sets the tone. All right? We want to get respect and trust with the coaches and the players. Okay? And that's what's building our program. Okay? We have one mission. Yes, we want to win a gold ball. We want a state title. We're very close to doing that. But as coaches, we really want to set our principles first. And even if we're not winning, and we are winning, we want to do it the right way. That's the key. And that's why I think we've had success. Okay? And from the teachers in the school, we've had a lot of support from the teachers. Of course, Mr. McCoy, Mr. Smith. They come and talk to the players when we're having issues. Mr. Smith comes in the classroom. We also want learning to be key. Learn how to play the game. Learn to understand. We go to coaches' clinics. We also learn. We extend our own knowledge as coaches. We assume that we don't know everything, which we don't. So that's the other thing. As coaches, you can't just say, I know everything. We go to clinics. We give out handouts to the students. It is truly a class. We want them to enjoy the learning. My high school basketball coach became an NBA coach. I'm wearing the NBA pin. In Eastchester High School, Ron Rothstein became the head coach of the Miami Heat 7 years after he coached me in Eastchester. He was also the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. So this is what really started my interest in coaching, and I still use some of his drills from the 80s with these kids. And guess what? They don't like it, because it's accountability, playing defense, etc., etc. So we want them in the library. My son has this, so we started a program in Tuckahoe called Youth Study Basketball. That's my logo, it's trademarked. What is that? That is a program to get middle schoolers in the library, which we did in Tuckahoe with Scarsdale and Tuckahoe students. They had to go to the library in Tuckahoe Community Center if they wanted to be coached above the library on a carpeted court, believe it or not, because the ball had to be muffled. So we did 40 sessions over 4 years. We had a game at the county center, the halftime of the G League. We'd like to bring this back to Greenburgh, okay? Back to, and of course the board and the administration would have to want to do this. I was at Destination College event recently. We want to bring that back here, and they left us. I have a name for it. It's called Access College. We're going to do our own Destination College here. So I don't know if you know, I'm a lawyer. And there's a lot of education that we want to bring. That we talk to the students about going to college. We mentioned, my assistant and I went to the University of Michigan. We're not just here for basketball, but we've gotten their attention because we are winning. Okay, and I thank you again for the Netty Jackson Award. Because it's another way for me to say, look, it's not just me, it's the program. It's the way you set the tone as the board. And of course I had Connie, Tracy's daughter, as one of the managers one year. So we really appreciate that. So we understand where we fit in the community. And when I first got the job, the advertisement on the job was, take this position at Woodlands, help the Falcons soar to the top. That was the advertisement. Guess what? We have soared to the top, but we have to keep going. to maintain and continue it. And that's, going to be a challenge, okay? So I want to mention one other story. There's a lot of handwritten, but I know I'm running out of time here, and I don't want to take too much time. So there was a referee. So on the scores table, I want to thank all the scorers, the managers, the teachers, security. They've all been super, and I know a lot of you have come. Mr. Warner came up to Binghamton, I saw you, and others. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. There are others that have come, Dr. Iverson, many of you, and that makes us feel good. So, I'm the head coach, okay? It's my record. My son has come to many games, and my other son and daughter. But when we were at home one time, you have the scorebook, and Deb, the scorer, didn't show up. This year, against Stubbs. So what happened was the referee says, if you don't have the names in the book within 10 minutes as the clock's running down, you get a technical foul. If the book's not filled out, you're the home team. So I said, where's the manager? We're going to fill the book out. So he looks at me, and I said, well, I started giving him an excuse. That we're the manager, we don't have the regular scorekeeper. And he looked at me and said, look, coach, this is your show. This is your show. You got to make it happen. And he was right. It's my show. It's our show. And we want to let's keep the show going. And the show must go on, right? Isn't that the saying? So we're going to keep this going, okay? We want to thank you all for helping, the show to continue. And I just want to say it's great to be the coach here, and I thank you so much for allowing me to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Rapoport. Item up on our agenda is open public hearing, appropriation of repair reserve funds. Is there a motion?
I move that we open the public hearing on the appropriation of repair reserve funds.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The public hearing is open. It will be open for 30 days. I believe the next time that we're going to need to close it would be at one of our retreats. The 23rd of July. I don't know, Patricia, if you want to make a note to put that on the retreat agenda. It's a special meeting. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is B7 policy review, and I'll turn the meeting over to my Vice President, Trustee Dowd.
We have one policy up for review right now. It's policy 5140, administration of the budget. I'm opening it up to any trustees who have a comment, question on the suggestions on this policy. I see Trustee Mans. This will be interesting.
I'll try my best. Yeah. The blue section. Okay. All right. So the amount to transfer is increasing. Is there any rationale behind that?
If I may, with the President's permission, I'd like to see if I could ask the Assistant Superintendent for Business to comment on the proposed changes.
The rationale to increase the budget transfer amount from $50,000 would be, there are numerous reasons. One, the increase in costs. We've been coming to the board more and more often, which is not stalling, but making purchases extend longer. We've done some research on what other districts, what their levels are. Some districts are much higher than $50,000, but we thought $50,000 would be a nice increase so that we would be able to get things done faster and more readily. For example, perfect example is Mr. Pugliese and his department. A lot of times he has to wait for a transfer. Same thing with PPS because there are large expenditures there. So it would help us to expedite the process faster.
All right, thank you. The other districts that you did look at, are their budgets in comparison to what we have to?
Budget?
Yeah. Not the budget, but yeah, pretty much the budget.
I think they are comparable, yes.
And do they have as many projects going on like we do too?
No, I don't.
Trustee Manses, are you finished for now? Okay, Trustee Jacob? And then Trustee Warner.
Just the edit in the blue section
Yes.
where it says $20,000, it's listed as 50, and where it's listed as,
Yep.
yeah.
The words and the numbers.
The words and the numbers don't
do
match.
not match.
Okay. That was my thing too.
That was your comment?
That was my comment.
Okay. Do you have additional comments, Trustee Mans? Questions? No, not for now. Okay. I don't see any other comments.
I have a question. Can we get that in the packet, like the districts, and then, I don't know if you have their budgets, but the districts and the amounts that they have approved?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
This one works. Here, this one works.
I hate these. Oh, and it works. See?
Okay. This one works.
Okay, so it sounds like, so just to clarify, the section in blue would not be part of the new policy, is that correct? That's just the narrative provided by administration? Someone help me understand what would be in the actual policy. Let's see this. So it, okay. No, red is the new, by Erie One BOCES. The blue is what's been recommended by administration. Okay.
I believe the blue is what you would approve at the reorg meeting.
The red is the whole.
No. Well, no, that's, the red are the additions or the changes by Erie One BOCES. The blue is admin suggested. So what you're saying, okay, so what it looks like to me, from what I'm understanding, is that the policy itself would be, if for those that have the paper in front of you, the black section and the red section.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And then the blue is narrative, because at each reorganization meeting in July, we do
That's
approve
where
an item for
Correct.
transfers up to X amount.
Correct.
And the narrative in blue is saying that the proposal is at the next reorg meeting on July 1st for that agenda, that the X amount would be changed from $20,000 to $50,000.
Correct. And it was added on here because this is the portion of your policy where that would pertain to. Bring it to your attention now, so when it's put on July 1, it's not a surprise.
Our admin content says something different.
The recommended language from Erie One BOCES is in red. So that's the new recommended language.
Existing policy, so that to me means that it will be replacing what is in red. The blue will be, it says the same thing if you read it. It explains exactly what's in red, and it just goes a little bit further to be more specific.
Just for clarification, may I ask our district clerk to, she's the one who edited the policy, can you just clarify? Oh, it was Ms. Kraus?
Yeah, I mean, if you actually read it, it says.
Okay.
Oh, there's another typo.
I did not edit this policy.
Okay.
Say we're still in the blue. The fourth, any one should be. It's not one.
In blue on the fourth line, I heard that.
Any one.
Gotcha.
I just get nervous because the increase is more than double of what we had
Trustee Warner will remember, was newly on the board, where quite a bit of money was expended before board approval, way over the 20,000. I don't know if this thing is on. So it does concern me, but if we can get that list, maybe this is not, maybe it's just we're in the era where it's more money that gets approved without board oversight, and then we can look at it then. We're going to get a list.
I mean, 50 grand just adds up so quick.
It adds up very.
6 figures before you know it, so, and that adds up.
Okay,
Especially with all this stuff.
so we'll get the information. I'll add anecdotally, as someone who's also not been on the board as long as you are, Trustee Warner, but as someone who's attended and read this for forever, it seems like anecdotally we've had far fewer transfers because the budgeting has been, I believe, tighter than we did before. I remember every agenda used to have budget transfers, and they're few and far between now. So let's get the information. This will be presented to the public at the next meeting, unless we decide to, at that point, we can continue at additional changes. So, everyone good? Okay, thank you. I turn it back over to President Mayor.
Before you end, I want to ask just a clarifying question. Is this request more due to a lot of the facilities improvements we have going on right now, as opposed to a constant issue? Is it more specified to the current climate of the improvements that we're making, the litany of stuff that we're trying to take care of and check off?
Yes and no. Yes and no, because Mr. Puglisi, outside of capital projects, is trying to do things within his budget, but isn't able to because of this dollar limit and has to wait for the process. So therefore, it prolongs, and I mean, you could prolong it up to a month or two.
Okay, so we'll continue this discussion at the next meeting once we have more information. Okay, I turn it back over to you, President.
Next on our agenda item is discussion on the 25-26 Board of Education meeting. Trustees, you'll see a calendar. I'm afraid to say that word because we're all traumatized. Calendar. So there's a calendar here for next school year that has board meetings included in the calendar. I know that the superintendent's office is currently working with building admin to do the actual printed calendar that goes to everyone's home, that has specific building events and dates and everything. So they definitely need to know when our board meetings are. It's like a big, don't schedule anything on those board meetings, so we don't want to change any days. This is the calendar where we considered and we moved some board meetings, right? Based off of breaks that were there. So we definitely are open to any discussion. Does anyone have any feedback about the dates? No, we will approve those dates at the reorg meeting in July. The next item is student report. We don't have a student here. Then we have the board president's report, and I just need clarity about the next board meeting, which is scheduled on June 24th. Thank you. Thank you. Scheduled on June 24th. Will Ms. Raymond, Dr. Iverson, you guys will both be present at that meeting? I know Dr. I, you're having a big superintendent. Right. What about the 24th, our next work session? Yes? Okay. I just want to clarify. My board president report, I'm sure everyone's going to know. I'm going to ask all parents in the district to please fill out your parent customer service survey. It is an anonymous survey where we're just trying to obtain some information from as many parents as possible. 6 out of your 7 board members are current parents in the district, and we have our experiences and our views, but we definitely want to hear from all parents. So all parents should have been emailed a link by either their building principal or the district school messenger. And currently, I believe we have 240 filled out, which is really low considering we have anywhere from 1,600 to 1,700 students at any given time. So we definitely should have way more surveys filled out. If you have already filled it out as a parent, please talk to a parent friend and make sure that parent friend has also filled out the survey. It is an anonymous survey. There is a section where we ask for your name if you'd like to participate in any possible group in the future, focus group in the future. If you do not feel comfortable putting your name on your survey, please do not do that. You can just go ahead and email the board and we will write your name down and share your name with the administration as a person who's interested in participating in focus groups in the future. Okay. Is there any comments by any board members? Does anyone want to say anything? Yes, Trustee Jacobs.
I just wanted to clarify, you want a survey to be filled out for each student, even if there are more than one student per family?
Yes.
And do you want more than one parent filling it out for more than one child?
It should be one survey per child. So if you got 3 children, you have 2 parents, each parent can fill out 1, and maybe one parent can fill out 2, that is fine. But one survey response for each child.
So technically our numbers for the schools are a little lower potentially because of same families.
Yeah, they're extremely low. Okay? Yes, Trustee Dowd.
Unrelated to the survey, but I'll take advantage of your offer. And thinking ahead to the reorganizational meeting, I'm just going to put a plea out there for any parents who would like to serve as a parent member of the committees on special education or the committee for preschool special education, please email, just do board@greenburghcsd.org and we'll forward that on. Thank you.
Okay, yes, Trustee Vance.
I'm sorry, I may have missed this. We have moving up ceremonies and all that going on. Will parents be able to fill it out there, your survey? Maybe, yeah, okay.
I did request that. I'm not sure, Dr. Iverson, with the moving up ceremonies, will parents be able to fill out the survey? Yes. I have a list of requests.
I know we have it on the list.
So it would be definitely the flyer with the QR code, because we have a flyer with a QR code that's been going out in some of the principal emails, but we also talked about possibly, I know in the past, the superintendent has had iPads available so people can just quickly fill it out there, and or I don't know if you use Chromebooks, if there's no iPads, I'm not sure. Outside, kind of where you have your tax dollars at work, those signs, just having kind of a station where people can fill a station where people can go ahead and fill out the survey. Okay. So, is there anything else? No, moving up ceremonies this Friday. We have 8th grade moving up. At what time? 8 a.m. is 8th grade, and then we have the 6th grade graduation from R.J. Bailey.
10:30.
I'm sorry? What's at 10:30? R.J. Bailey. So 8th grade at 8:30 and the R.J. Bailey at 10:30? Oh, wow, that's pretty close. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry for a correction. They're giving me all the times. Okay. 8th grade graduation here on the stage at 8 a.m. Moving up, thank you. 8 a.m. and then 6th grade graduation at RJ. Is that a graduation? Okay. All righty, moving up. Listen, I'm from the old regime where 6th grade and 12th grade were graduations, but we'll say 6th grade moving up from RJ Bailey. That's a different location. Okay. In the new auditorium. Okay. 8 a.m. here, 8th grade. 10:30, R.J. Bailey, 6th grade. ECP is going to be moving up on June 25th. You got a time for me? 10:30. Okay. And then we also have the Woodlands Middle High School graduation for the 12th grade seniors. That's a graduation on Friday, June 27th at 5 p.m. right here on our campus, our beautiful campus. Okay. Highview? Okay, you're going to have it in your reports. Do you want me to announce it or you want to tell it in your report? Highview's on June 26th at what time? 9:15 a.m. Okay. Do we not leave Lee F. Jackson out? Does anyone have a Lee F. Jackson time? Yes.
Two different times. There's 9:15. I'll speak it. Hold on.
Yes, thank you, Trustee Semmelweis. Is this in your report too?
Highview has two recognition celebrations, 9:15 for students in the following classrooms: Blair, Callanan, Rogers, Chavillo, and then at 10:20 for Dariano, Falcone, and McGlynn.
Thank you, Trustee Semmelweis. Does anyone else feel compelled to share right now? No? Okay. Then before I end my fun report, we're going to have a little bit of silence for Mr. Wayne Lewis, who is actually the older brother of Mr. Steve Lewis, who we talked about retiring earlier this evening. And Wayne Lewis is a graduate of the Woodlands High School and a member of the Atlantic Star. He did pass away a little over a week ago, I believe. So I just ask for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And for clarity, Mr. Lewis passed on June 5th, 2025. Okay. Next on our agenda is the committee report. Does anyone have a committee report? Trustee Alon.
The Wellness Committee final meeting of the year was June 5th. At that meeting, we reviewed the student surveys that are out and briefly the food survey, just to see where it was at. The student survey is the one that is of great interest for the Wellness Committee. We had 458 student responses and some really thoughtful comments added in. So the students are really taking the moment to advocate for themselves. It is going to provide some real nice ingredients for the Wellness Committee next year on what they choose to tackle. The last thing is the Wellness Committee also participated in the Family Fun Night with a table, handing out flyers, and our committee volunteers were there manning the tables, and we also got a couple more potential committee members for next year. So I'd just like to say thank you to all my committee members. I did already, but once again, you're awesome, and thank you for contributing. It's a great committee.
Okay. Any other committee reports? Trustee Jacobson?
The final tech committee for this year met on Thursday, June 12th. And just briefly, we reviewed policy, one of which we want to make a larger conversation for next year around social media and use of the internet. It was very outdated. It was from 2016, and some of the ideas that are current are not reflected in that policy, but we realized it needed to be a broader discussion. So we will table that for next year for the committee to tackle. We also are excited that next year there will be a greater interactive an updatable calendar that families can subscribe to for your school and the district. So it will also get updated in real time as things change, as they inevitably will. But it's a really nice way that when you get your paper calendar, you don't necessarily have to sit there and enter everything by hand if you don't want to. Some people like to. I'm not one of those people. And we will also be rolling out the Greenburgh Central School District app, which does a nice job with push notifications and stuff like that, which is very exciting. The auditorium upgrades timeline should be being worked on over the summer, and hopefully all that updating will happen by the time the next school year starts. And similar to what Trustee Long said, it's been a very productive year. We had a checklist of everything happening, and almost everything on there says done. And so that's always a nice thing, and I look forward to seeing what the tech committee does next year.
Okay, good. Comments, concerned about the tech committee? I just have one. I did hear from a couple of parents, and there is a comment in the survey about subscriptions. And I heard from a parent that said they used to get some subscriptions, they didn't change anything, and now they only get them. Other parents said they only get some of them, maybe from the building, but not the district. So is there going to be for next year, maybe we don't have this answer, but maybe whoever is on the tech committee, a way, an easy way for people to just click and subscribe and click and unsubscribe?
Yeah, so it's all through the website in the calendar section. So that is separate from Remind, that is separate from School Messenger, that is separate from those things that I'm not sure if that's what those specific people are also referring to. Right now, this year, you can only subscribe to everything in the calendar. Next year, you will be able to cherry pick the school that your kids are at and not necessarily get everything, unless you want everything. That is your choice.
Okay, anyone else? No? No? Okay, are there any other committees? Yes, Trustee Warner.
I just want to announce that the Facilities Committee is having its last meeting of the year tomorrow, Wednesday, June 18th at 6:30 p.m. at the Woodlands Innovation Hub. And our CEC meeting has evolved into a superintendent's dessert, which will be Monday, June 23rd from 7 to 8 p.m. in the Woodlands Auditorium. And I believe the superintendent will tell you about this event.
Oh, you said it's just from 7 to 8, 1 hour?
That's how it's listed.
It is listed from 7 to 8, but it probably will go from 7 to 9.
Okay.
The program, I'll wait for my report.
Oh. Trustee Warner, I'm sorry, did you have something else for CEC? No? No. Okay. That's it? All right. I'm just a little surprised. Okay, any other committee reports? You want to share your liaison report as well, Trustee Jacobson? Go right ahead.
Real quick for RG Bailey's been super busy. The 6th grade went to Medieval Times and also Mohawk for Field Day. All 3 grades have visited the Nature Center. The rising 4th graders from Highview came over and toured RG Bailey. The 6th grade on Friday presented their IB exhibition projects, which were wonderful and really diverse and really interesting. And I think the kids did an amazing job both in presenting their ideas and their interests and also supporting each other in those endeavors as well. And I think the staff seemed really equally impressed. There was a very successful 5th and 6th grade talent show put on by high school students, and hopefully that will continue. That seemed to be very well received. The 6th graders now have their Chromebooks at home for the summer in anticipation of moving up to Woodlands. All other grades, their computers will be moving up with them for everyone that's not at Woodlands. Yesterday was the 6th grade dance at Anthony Veterans, and I've heard it was quite successful. The sports day for the 4th and 5th grade students and picnics have occurred, right? Nope, tomorrow. There's no school for Juneteenth. And the Straight Moving Up ceremony is on Friday, 10:30 in the auditorium. And please pre-register. We've been doing pre-registrations with the Raptor system for a lot of the school events. It's been very successful, and it has helped cut down on wait time so parents are able to get to see their kids without missing too much at work or anything like that.
Trustee Jacobson, you're probably the right one to ask with the tech committee. Is there any discussion around district or events like that in the auditorium, shutting down the Raptor system just for that event and then letting people come in and leave it? Because I know there were times that was...
We haven't talked about it specifically. As long as people pre-register, which so far I've done at several events, and I think we keep troubleshooting each time. The badges, if you're already in the system, your badge prints out and is ready to go and waiting. So it's almost the same thing as coming in, but you're already in the system as attending the event. So for security, it's almost the exact same thing, but with an extra level of security.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? No? The superintendent?
Yes, good evening. Most of my comments have been made already. I will just reiterate that coming on June 23rd, 2025, from 7 to 9, that time has been adjusted to 7 to 9 instead of 7 to 8. I'm excited to invite and host the superintendent's dessert and year-end progress program to review the district's progress in meeting the goals of the 5-year strategic plan. This event will take place here at Woodlands Middle High School auditorium. If you would like to attend, please RSVP by June 20th to my secretary, Ivy Krause, at ikraus@greenburghcsd.org, or you can call her at 914-761-6000, extension 3103. We certainly look forward to seeing everyone who's coming out. It promises to be a great end-of-the-year event. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe all trustees will be in attendance, so we probably won't RSVP because we'll forget. But yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe so, unless anyone can make it. Please let us know. Okay, next on our agenda is item C5, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction Programs and Personnel.
Good evening. I wanted to just acknowledge that the Summer Night Fun, this year there have been so many activities, so many different sessions that have shown the outpouring of partnership community within Greenburgh, and it's been amazing. From what I understand, that there were over 300 staff members, teachers, students, and families in attendance, and it's touted to be the biggest crowd since its inception. So we thank Ms. Lori DeAndrea, Ms. McGillen, administrators, staff, volunteers, community volunteers, and reading enthusiasts. This is supposed to ignite students' love for learning and for reading specifically in the summer months. We also acknowledge the PTA Council that specifically at LFJ that's donating books for a book drive specifically for summer reading. So once again, tying all these things together. So wanted to highlight that. Also appreciation for all those who attend and support from the board and Dr. Iverson around the education committee. It's been a learning opportunity for I think all involved. This last meeting, there was participation of teachers, the arts, and they were in attendance, and some actually just provided input. They are so very eager to communicate what is happening in the arts and to share the work of the young people. So I just wanted to thank those who attended and those who contributed.
Thank you. Questions, comments? Next, we have the Assistant Superintendent for Business Report, Ms. Raymond.
Thank you. For the Treasurer's Report for the month of April, we began the month with $47,101,947. We deposited $2,452,374, and we spent $6,998,609. which left an ending balance of $42,555,712. We are in the middle of preparing for the external audit. We have done the preliminary work and are gathering some additional information that they can work on now, and they will be here over the summer. And we are also working on the internal audit for the 24-25 school year. Amy, Ashley Moore and I have met with our investors at NILAF, New York Liquid Asset Funds, and New York Class. If you remember, I had put in your weekly update that those two firms were merging into one. They haven't done that exactly yet. I believe that will happen over the summer. But we do have an opportunity once again that we can invest some of our money at a higher interest rate. So Amy and I met with them, and they are coming up with a proposal for us, and we are going to lock some money in at 4.44%. Everything else that will be liquid will be put into, I believe it's in the 4.2% range. So we are investing some of our money and trying to get the most that we can and earn as much interest as possible for the district. And that's all I have.
Wonderful, thank you. Next item on the agenda are personnel instructional items. Can I get a motion?
I move that we approve the instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening, with the exception of item E2, which has already been approved.
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Personnel non-instructional items. Can I get a motion?
I move that we approve the non-instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Board action items. Can I get a motion?
I move that we approve the board action items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Can I get a motion for D4, finance items?
I move that we approve the finance items presented to the board for approval this evening.
It's been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item D6, pupil personnel services item.
So you're skipping business?
Excuse me?
Are you skipping business items?
I thought I did D5 business items. I'm sorry. Item D5, business items.
I move that we, I move that we approve the business items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. And is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. D6, pupil personnel services item.
I move that we approve the pupil personnel services items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next on our list is the closing items. Item K1, new business. Are there any new business for the board to consider? Hearing none. Let's move to the adjournment. K2, can I get a motion, please?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Meeting is over. It's 9:52 p.m. Thank you.